Yo guys, before we jump into today's video, let's get this video to 500 likes, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and to turn the bell notifications on. Hello and welcome back to another evolution of video. On today's episode, we are going to be covering the evolution of Pegasus throughout of Beyblade. There has been many iterations of Pegasus throughout the franchise, but on today's episode, we are going to be focusing on Pegasus in Beyblade Metal Fight. Now let's jump back to that fateful day in July of 2008. Enter Pegasus 105 Flat. Pegasus was one of the first 4 Metal Saga Beyblades to be released, along with Leon 145 Defense, Bull 125 Semi-Flat, and Sagittario 145 Sharp. Pegasus is originally owned by Ryo Hagane and is later passed on to Jin Hagane after Ryo's supposed death in the Beyblade Metal Fight manga. This version of Pegasus is also a manga exclusive, and as such, it does not appear in the Beyblade Metal Fight anime. The Pegasus 1 facebook depicts the face of Pegasus, the magical winged horse. Moving on, the Pegasus wheel has a 3-winged or bladed design. Pegasus also comes with the 105 spin track and the flat or F-tip for short. Pegasus is eventually destroyed by Ryuga's El Drago in the Metal Fight manga, which leads Shingo to go on a journey to revive Pegasus, and in doing so, causes Pegasus to evolve. Enter the Storm Pegasus. Storm Pegasus 105 RF was released in March of 2009 in Japan, and then later in August of 2010 for the US. Storm Pegasus was also re-released in the US in 2014 as a part of a Legends line, again not to be mistaken with the Legends series or bays. Storm Pegasus is Jinga's first Pegasus bay in the Beyblade Metal Fight anime, whilst also being his second Pegasus bay in the Beyblade manga. As Storm Pegasus was Jinga's first bay in the anime, it shares a similar origin as Pegasus 105F in the manga, as in this version, Jinga also receives the Storm Pegasus from Ryo after his supposed death. Storm Pegasus was also created from a star fragment in the anime. As Pegasus has now entered the hybrid wheel system, the metal wheel has been separated into 2 parts, the clear wheel, also known as the energy ring, and the metal wheel, also known as the fusion wheel, adding further customization to the whole metal system. The Pegasus 1 energy ring is the first of the Pegasus line of energy rings. Pegasus 1 is designed to resemble the Pegasus's wings and head. The Storm wheel is the first successor to the Pegasus wheel, as it features a similar 3-wing design. Furthermore, just like Pegasus 105F, Storm Pegasus retains the 105 spin track. Again, like Pegasus 105F, Storm Pegasus not only retains the flat tip, but it instead revamps it. This time around, instead of being made out of plastic, the flat tip is made out of rubber, starting a trend among all of the future Pegasus bays. In the anime, Storm Pegasus was eventually destroyed after using its special move, Galaxy Nova, to defeat Lightning El Drago. Whereas in the manga, Storm Pegasus instead evolves into Galaxy Pegasus after receiving power from his friends and all the bladers that support him, enchanting Pegasus with a new power to defeat El Drago. Enter the Galaxy Pegasus. Galaxy Pegasus Wing 105 Right Rubber Flat was released in April 2010 in Japan, and then later in May of 2012 for the US. Just like Storm Pegasus, Galaxy Pegasus was also re-released in the US in 2014 as a part of the Beyblade Legends line. Unlike its manga origins, where Galaxy Pegasus is a true evolution of Storm, in the anime, Galaxy Pegasus is in fact an entirely different bay. Moving on, the Pegasus 1 facebolt has now evolved to the Pegasus 2 facebolt with a few new minor changes. Just like the Pegasus 1 clear wheel, the Pegasus 2 clear wheel retains the Pegasus wings and the symmetrical head design. However, the wings are now much larger and more detailed. The Wing 105 spin track is an upgraded version of the 105 spin track with wings at its sides, replacing the 105 spin track's handlebar protrusions. Right Rubber Flat, also known as the R2F tip, is an upgraded version of the RF or the rubber flat tip. Whilst retaining the same basic appearance as the RF tip, instead of being flat, the R2F tip features 6 curves pointing to the right, giving it a star-like shape. In the anime, Galaxy Pegasus evolves into Big Bang Pegasus after being struck by a star fragment, whereas in the manga, just like how Storm Pegasus evolves into Galaxy, Galaxy evolves into Big Bang because of all the bladed spirits that are with Jinga. They enchant Pegasus, causing it to evolve once again into Big Bang Pegasus, giving Pegasus the strength to overpower the evil Kerbex. Enter the Big Bang Pegasus. Big Bang is Jinga's 4th Pegasus in the manga and his 3rd Pegasus in the anime. Big Bang Pegasus, also known as Cosmic Pegasus, was released on March 26, 2011 in Japan. It was later released in the 4D system for Western countries in December of 2012 and then later in January 2013 for the Spark Effects line. Technically, Big Bang was released in the US earlier than December 2012, but actually released in May of 2012 as a part of the Beyblade Metal Fury series. This was because the first iteration of Big Bang Pegasus that was sold by Hasbro wasn't released within the 4D rule system, but instead for a hybrid rule system. This version of Big Bang released with an entirely incorrect stock combo. It came with the previous release's Galaxy Pegasus's Wing 105 R2S spin track and tip. The metal wheel is also hollowed out. Also, unlike Takara Tomi's Big Bang wheel, this cosmic wheel was unable to separate into 3 separate components and thus lacked the 4D mold changing gimmick. Moving back to Takara Tomi's Big Bang, just like its predecessors, the Big Bang wheel retains the 3-wing design on the metal wheel whilst adding further detail in the form of interlaced feathered wings. As Pegasus has now entered the 4D system, the Big Bang wheel can be separated into 3 main components known as the PC frame, metal frame, and the core. The Big Bang wheel can be configured into 4 different modes by readjusting the PC frame, the core, and the metal wheel. These modes include Smash Attack mode, All-Purpose Attack mode, Barrage mode, and Upper Attack mode. Moving on, Big Bang also comes with a 4D performance tip, the Final Drive. Final Drive is a part of the Drive series of performance tips, such as the Bearing Drive and the Delta Drive. This series of performance tips fuse the spin track with a tip to allow more specialized gimmicks. When Final Drive is launched, outward force causes the 2 sliders to move outwards, which ejects the semi-flat tip. As spin rotation starts to decrease, the semi-flat tip starts to retract, and the bay is left with the rubber component of the Final Drive, creating a rubber flat tip. Enter the Wing Pegasus. Wing Pegasus is a manga-only evolution of Big Bang Pegasus, where it is temporarily granted this upgrade while inside a VR training simulator. Wing Pegasus 90 wide flat was released in Japan in the Beyblade Ultimate DX set on November 2011. Wing Pegasus was later released by Hasbro for a worldwide release bundled with the Beyblade Evolution Nintendo 3DS game. Wing Pegasus retains the Pegasus 3 facebolt and the Pegasus 3 clear wheel, but they have a colour change. Just like the Big Bang wheel, the Wing wheel also has interlaced feathered wings. The Wing wheel also features 3 blades or wings. The Wing wheel has 3 different modes and can be switched by rotating the metal frame over the core. These modes are labelled 0, Ironclad Attack Mode, 1, Multiple Attack Mode, and 2, Pound Attack Mode. Wing Pegasus also comes with a spin track and tip that has never been released on a main Pegasus bay before. Those parts are the 90 spin track and the wide flat performance tip. Finally, the last bay that was owned by Jinga Harane in the metal system is the Samurai Pegasus. It is also the first and the only Pegasus to be released within the 0G system. Samurai Pegasus is Jinga's 6th Beyblade in the Metal Fight manga and his 4th in the Beyblade Metal Fight anime, replacing his Big Bang Pegasus. Samurai Pegasus was released on December 1st of 2012 in Japan. It was later released in Western countries in March of 2014. The Pegasus facebolt has now been upgraded into the Pegasus Stone face. Following the trend that began with Pegasus 1, it depicts a Pegasus face that is based on its predecessors. The Pegasus Fusion wheel has been upgraded into the Pegasus Chrome wheel. The Pegasus Chrome wheel is the successor to the 4D system Fusion wheels Cosmic and Wing, and as such bears a resemblance to both of them, as it has a 3-winged or bladed design with interlaced feathered wings. Just like its predecessor Galaxy Pegasus, Samurai Pegasus also comes with the Wing 105 spin track and the R2F performance tip. 8 years later since Big Bang was first released in Japan and 10 years since Storm Pegasus was first released, enter Storm Pegasus 10 Glaive Quick Dash. Storm Pegasus 10 Glaive Quick Dash is a remake released by Takara Tomy as a part of the Beyblade Burst system. It was released in Japan in December 2019 as a part of the Metal Fight Beyblade anime 10th anniversary set. Storm Pegasus 10 Glaive Quick Dash is canon to the manga timeline and is actually owned by Jinga in the one-shot manga Metal Fight Beyblade Soul Burst. Soul Burst was confirmed by the Metal Fight author Takafumi Daichi to take place after the events of Beyblade Metal Fight but before Beyblade 0G. The Storm Pegasus layer adapts the Pegasus 1 facebolt, the Pegasus 1 energy ring, and the Storm Fusion wheel into the Burst system. The Storm Pegasus Burst remake features a quick dash driver in an attempt to replicate the rubber flat performance tip. Moving on, Galaxy Pegasus Wing 105 R2F was also adapted into the Burst system as Galaxy Pegasus 5 Glaive Jolt Dash. This version of Galaxy Pegasus was released in Japan in 2020 as a part of the Beyblade Metal Fight 2020 Explosion set. As this bay is yet to appear in any canon material, Galaxy Pegasus 5 Glaive Jolt Dash is currently non-canon to a manga timeline. The Galaxy Pegasus layer adapts the Pegasus 2 facebolt, the Pegasus 2 energy ring, and the Galaxy Fusion wheel into the burst system. This burst remake also features the Jolt Dash driver in an attempt to replicate the right rubber flat performance tip. That's pretty much it for Pegasus based on by Jenga, but let's move on to one more final Pegasus. Enter the Cyber Pegasus. The first version of Cyber Pegasus was released by Takara Tomy with the Metal Fight Beyblade Explode Cyber Pegasus video game on the 3rd of December 2009, and later by Hasbro in Western countries bundled with the Beyblade Metal Fusion video game on the 12th of November of 2010. This time, Pegasus was owned by an entirely new owner known as Sora. Sora, the owner of Cyber Pegasus, is the owner of a main character Metal System Beyblade which was later released into a hybrid wheel system. The Cyber Pegasus facebolt takes an entirely different approach, as Pegasus facebolts typically feature a front profile of a Pegasus's face, whereas Sora's Cyber Pegasus depicts a side profile of a Pegasus's face. The Cyber Fusion wheel is heavily based on the Metal System's Pegasus wheel, and as such, Cyber also has a free-wing design. However, due to it being a fusion wheel for the hybrid wheel system, it is lighter than the Pegasus wheel to compensate for the energy ring. Sora's version of a Cyber wheel is red. Sora's Cyber Pegasus, while being based on a Metal System bay, it uses an entirely different spin tracking tip. Unlike Jenga's Pegasus 105F, Sora uses the 100 spin track and the whole flat performance tip. Cyber Pegasus was later released again in 2011 as a part of the Legend series, this time imitating its original counterpart more accurately parts-wise. Just like Pegasus 105F, Legend Cyber Pegasus also comes with a 105 spin track and the flat tip. The faceplate also returns back to the standard front profile design. Well, that's pretty much it for today. Pegasus has really come a long way since it was first released in 2008. Which was your favourite Pegasus and why? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, you guys have been absolutely damn insane, absolutely damn amazing, and yeah, thanks for watching guys, and thanks for supporting my channel. And as always guys, thanks for watching, peace out, and have a fantastic day.